Since its inception in 1948, the Armed Forces Medical Services and its three divisions for the Army, Navy, and Air Force, the organization has rendered yeoman service to the personnel of the armed forces and their families, both in war and peace. Natural calamities and their aftermath have found the Armed Forces Medical Services at the forefront of medical operations, providing medical aid and succor to the affected population. 31st January 2021 marked a red letter day for the Armed Forces Medical Services and the Naval Medical Services in particular, for this day saw the handing over of command of the premier Indian Naval Hospital ship Ashwini between two lady officers of flag rank for the first time in the history of the armed forces. It was on this day that in an impressive ceremony, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Samantha Mathai, Nausena Medal, Vishishta Seva Medal, handed over the reins of the prestigious super specialty hospital ship to Surgeon Rear Admiral Aarti Serene, Vishishta Seva Medal. We take a look at the incredible journey that these two flag rank officers have been on, which led to the scripting of this historic moment. Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Mathai entered the portals of the prestigious Armed Forces Medical College in 1979, following the illustrious footsteps of her father, who was a brilliant surgeon in the Indian Army. She excelled in her academics and was the recipient of the coveted Kalinga Trophy for being adjudged the best outgoing student of the year prior to being commissioned into the Indian Army in 1983. A year later, she was seconded into the Indian Navy, the service of her choice, and thus began her journey.
AFMC has been consistently graded as one of the best medical colleges in the country, and I think that this is essentially because of its ethos of excellence. It tends to imbibe in its students a sense of pride and a sense of commitment in everything they do.
A couple of years later, 1981, saw another brilliant student enter the hallowed portals of the Armed Forces Medical College, Aarti Serene. Hailing from an illustrious blue blood naval background, with her father, brother, sister-in-law and husband all being naval officers, it isn't surprising that fate ordained her to earn her sea legs at a very early age. But prior to her secondment to the Indian Navy, the freshly minted Lieutenant Aarti Serene was commissioned into the Army Medical Corps initially in 1985, followed by a secondment to the Indian Navy in 1986.
MBBS from the Armed Forces Medical College was an unparalleled experience. The institution not only ensures a strong foundation for you in the field of medicine, but also shapes your personality by encouraging you to participate in various extracurricular activities, including sports. I represented the Armed Forces Medical College in the field of basketball, and I also was the inter-college sports representative for the year 2.
After successful and dedicated stints in shore establishments as a medical officer, in 1990, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Mathai entered her chosen field of specialization in pediatrics, following which she served dedicatedly at INHS Jivanti in Goa and INHS Dhanvantri at Port Blair. Not one to rest on her laurels, she went on to pursue her super specialization in the field of neonatology at the prestigious Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Hospital, Mumbai.
Well, pediatrics was always my first love because it deals with the most vulnerable section of society, that is children. And when I did my neonatology, it was really in the literal sense of the word a neonatal subject. It had just started in India in the 1990s, and I was amongst the first few batches who were really trained in the DM neonatology, and it was a very difficult time in those days to even get drugs and equipment to deal with such small critically ill patients, and hence it was the challenge that attracted me to the speciality.
Surgeon Rear Admiral Aarti Serene found herself in the forefront of medical action from an early stage in her career. She was based as part of the Forward Surgical Center providing medical aid and conducting medical camps for civilian population in the Kupwara district of Kashmir and other locations near the line of control. A few years later, she aced her entrance examinations to enter her chosen field of specialization in radiology, following which she achieved the unique distinction of having 2 postgraduate degrees by specializing in the field of radiation oncology. She went on to train in gamma knife surgery at the University of Pittsburgh, USA, and was instrumental in growing centers of excellence in this field at the premier Army Hospital R&R, New Delhi, and INHS Ashwini, Mumbai.
Radiation oncology is the art and science of treating cancer patients with radiation. It involves precision, as you have to hit the tumor target and cause minimal damage to the surrounding organs at risk. This entails very precise teamwork, meticulous treatment planning and treatment delivery. This, over the years, has helped me become a better manager, a better administrator, a better leader, and last of all, a better trainer.
The professional growth trajectory of the 2 lady officers achieved new highs. With time, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Mathai was awarded a fellowship of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics and also an international fellowship in medical education, FAMA for short. Surgeon Rear Admiral Mathai found herself heading the very department that she had obtained her specialization from when she was appointed as a professor and head of the Department of Pediatrics at AFMC Pune. A naturally gifted teacher, she trained, guided and shaped many MD students into becoming successful pediatricians. She was also an inspirational figure for the undergraduate students at AFMC. She authored a book titled Pediatric Clinics for Medical Students, published by Wolters Kluwer, which is immensely popular amongst residents in pediatrics. She has participated actively in national and international professional meets and conferences.
In the naval environment, as a professional and as a technical person, I didn't face any unusual challenges. People treated me with respect because I was the expert in my field. When it came to administrative issues, things beyond the technical aspect, I think that there is protection, or what I might say, in the uniform. And I was always treated not as a woman or as a particular type of person, but I was treated with the respect and regard that my position entailed.
Parallelly, Surgeon Rear Admiral Serene served as professor and head of the Department of Radiation Oncology at Army Hospital R&R, Delhi. Immersed in work with little or no time for any other pursuits, Surgeon Rear Admiral Serene spent long years in dedicated patient care for the patients with advanced cancers of various types. She went on to have the unique distinction of heading 3 departments at the prestigious Command Hospital Southern Command, Pune: Radiology, Radiation Oncology and the 110-bedded Malignant Diseases Treatment Center. Her visionary thinking and pursuit of excellence helped these centers at Pune achieve new highs. She is widely renowned as a national expert in the field today. As the officers grew in service, so did their responsibilities. As the Dean at the Institute of Naval Medicine, Mumbai, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Mathai had her hands full, streamlining and advancing postgraduate training. Surgeon Rear Admiral Serene assumed the role of the head of the Dockyard Dispensary.
This job entailed a very unique position where I had to take care of the health of 9,000 industrial workers of the naval dockyard and their families and dependents. At the outset, I had to sort out their issues about the cashless medical system which they wanted. It took a great deal of effort liaising between the Western Naval Command as well as the PCDA as well as the naval headquarters, and finally we were able to successfully re-establish the cashless medical system pan-Navy for all defence civilians. I was also instrumental in looking after preventive health aspects of this very high-risk population. We conducted 100% annual medical examination for these workers, and this was a landmark as far as I was concerned, because it had never happened before.
Surgeon Rear Admiral Mathai went on to assume command of INHS Ashwini, a tertiary super specialty hospital, when within a few days she found herself in uncharted territory, spearheading the huge challenge against COVID-19. Around the same time, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sareen was spearheading the challenge from the southern front.
In the fields of infection prevention and control and casualty carriage, in the assistance of the medical officer, nursing officer and the medical.
With both flag officers having to constantly innovate, make bold decisions and lead from the front in order to ensure the safety of the thousands of troops and their families in their respective command. A lesser known side to these outstanding flag officers is their love for adventure and sport. Surgeon Rear Admiral Mathai is an avid runner and has won many a medal for her podium finishes. A caving expedition in Meghalaya, microlight flying in Goa and water sports reflect her love for adventure. Surgeon Rear Admiral Sareen is a sports enthusiast who has undertaken a sailing expedition from Kochi to Lakshadweep, a feat not many doctors can boast about. Both the flag officers are married to brilliant surgeons. Surgeon Rear Admiral Sheila Mathai is married to Surgeon Commodore K.I. Mathai, retired, a highly reputed neurosurgeon. Surgeon Rear Admiral Archie Sareen is married to Surgeon Rear Admiral Sudeep Naidu, a highly reputed and accomplished liver transplant surgeon who is currently appointed as the Additional Director General of Medical Services, Navy.
We should not keep thinking of ourselves as somebody or a group that is different from the others. There is a uniformity in the uniform, and we should think of ourselves as professionals, giving the best that we have to the service, and people will stop looking at us as women officers and men officers. We are all officers. The Armed Forces is a very fair, transparent service, and it always gives credit to merit. It is a meritocracy, and this is something that we have to embrace and something that we have to make the best use of as women.